story had some sort of a fairy tale template. That point in a relationship when you realize that instead of a happily ever after, apparently your story is just a few paragraphs below once upon a time. It sucks. I believe that the best relationship starts from friendships. Surely it was better to get to know someone first before you jump off within the situation and for you to know all the dirt you carry on. Here goes a story where even great love won't last as you expected it to be. On my first week of college, wearing our casual wear, I bought a sandwich from the cafeteria. He was behind me, not knowing he'll play a big part in my life. He asked what I was having. Bacon and cheese, I said. Is it good? He asked. If they do it right, I replied, laughing. He was wearing a cap with his polo shirt, jagger pants, and a pair of Nike shoes, and a hint of tattoo peeked from underneath the sleeve of his shirt. I wondered what it was, but I'm too shy to ask, so I just decided to not talk to him after that. I ended up smiling at him whenever we saw each other. I also heard that he smoked. I almost took up the habit to run outside the campus just to run into him and say hi. Almost, but didn't. I am a girl where you need to reach out to me before I talk to you. They say I'm one good example of a person who always stands by the rules. I'm a crazy person when it comes to my closest friends. I met Marie, who became one of my best friends. She has avocado with the campus. Too much of girls and boys. He was part of the group. It was hard to adjust being the new kid in their circle of friends. Thinking that he might help me be comfortable with them was so wrong. He was so aloof that no one even knew that we knew each other before Marie knew who I was. Eventually, Marie and her friends become so close to me. We hang out mostly every day after classes. We even cat class sometimes just to be with them. I didn't know he liked me though because he's always there for the other girls in the group. I got my answer 2 weeks after midterms exam. We had an outing. I ended up alone in the rest house, and it came out of nowhere that we admitted that we liked each other. We're not sure how to act. We thought not to push things because our friendship's more important than being in a relationship. Days passed, and we always talk nonstop. After school hours, we still text, and he calls until we run out of things to say, which leads us to sleeping around midnight. We dated, we ate at many places, discovered new things about each other. Said I love yous many times. But being the typical me, always ready for the next step, I asked, why do we limit ourselves? Why do you think it's worth the risk? Waiting for his answer was just easy, because I know he'll say just what I needed to hear. But then again, I'm dead wrong. He said he was scared of commitments, that maybe he wasn't ready for responsibilities. I accepted it with a heavy heart. At least the aloof and arrogant guy became the sweet, caring, and sensitive one. Once I asked him why do we have so many tattoos, I am in awe when he answered me. He said, for me, tattoos are a work of art. It takes the courage to have them because it's a lifetime commitment. Yes, it's painful, but it's always going to be worth it. I loved him even more when he said that, and that made me hope that someday we'll be something more than what we are now. I thought it would be perfect because, as they say, two opposites combined will make a great impact. Him as the reckless one and me being the person who never break the rules. I thought that having someone special with a guy you had much great time with as friends would be easier. We spent so much time working on what we built up that we didn't see the gap within us. I don't know what changed. Did I? Did he? Why do I feel like I need to inform him before I see him? Like I'm not one of his responsibilities. That I'm not one of his priorities. That I'm not important in his life. Why do I feel far away? Why do I feel like he cancels those dates that I think would be perfect? Why do I feel this way? I thought I was something more special for him. Little things like this had been happening for about 3 months now. Something was wrong and I'm not even close to happily ever after. He called me saying if I want to go somewhere and I happily said yes. It was the first for so long. He didn't only plan a day for both of us, but also me not telling him to. I hope this makes things right. He brought me to a garden full of many beautiful flowers, so peaceful and relaxing. I may have told him that I like going places like this, but I didn't think that it really sank in him. I am so glad that it was his idea because recently all our dates were my suggestions. When it's time to leave, I look at it one last time, and he walked ahead of me. I saw him leaning on his car. Thank you for that, I said in a glee. We have to talk. It made my excitement and my blissfulness grow as if somebody had cut it. Now? Yes, I've been asking him if we could talk about us, but I don't think it's the right time. I've been thinking of it many times. You had been arguing a lot, small or big things. I think you're right. We've been arguing lately. He looked at me intently. I put down my gaze somewhere. Okay, no arguing, just talking. I said calmly. No fighting, he agreed. We can talk all about the issues, but if we still don't agree, we go our separate ways. I sigh. I sigh heavily before I speak. Can it be something more than what we have right now? He answered me with his ever famous line. I said it to you many times. I'm not ready for commitment. I almost cried because of the tone of his voice. I can't understand you. You make me feel that you love me in a snap. You'll show me you don't. I'm feeling like I'm nothing. Like I'm the person you go when you have free time and instantly oblige. But when it comes to me, you always say no. Why? Because you're busy? Because there's someone much more important than me? What? Say it. Why do you need to make me feel this way? I cried my heart out while saying that. He just hugged me and said he's sorry. Sorry for every pain, heartache, for all the unreturned calls, for all the canceled dates, for every single tear I shed for waiting for him. And when he wishes for us to take a break because he said it's destroying both of us. For the last time, he made me feel like I'm worthless. And that was how I thought my happily ever after would be him. But then again, I was always wrong. I will never right for him. He broke up with me, even if I don't have any relationship to start with. He said he was scared of commitments, but he had tattoos all over his skin. I guess he didn't see me as a work of art, or maybe he didn't think that the pain was worth it. And finally, I realized I can force it to be something. You can force consistency, loyalty, or even honesty. You can force them to keep their word or to communicate or to realize something special is in front of them.